Okay. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday morning here in Chicago. Happy Sunday in Wisconsin. Happy Sunday on the East Coast, where everybody is at. This is Let's Talk Java, weekly podcast, video, whatever we want to call it, where we talk and review about coffees and all the fun stuff that goes along with coffee. I'm Laarni Mulvey, and we have my other host here today, Chad. Say your good mornings.
I am the other man here. All right, so fresh out of this thing behind my back 25 minutes ago with a little bit of coffee. I am Chad. We are getting going. Mind you guys, let me build this thing up here. Not a morning guy.
And today we have our friend and regular guest, Dr. J, our coffee guy, and he is in his kitchen. Oh, well, he was in his kitchen. And he is going to talk about, I don't even know what to call it, Johnny. It's like a thing. It's like a coffee maker thing. So I'm going to send it over to him because then he can start explaining it. Because when he showed it to myself and Chad, we're just like, huh? What's that? So, all right, Johnny, go.
Good morning, you guys. Okay, so I have a little new toy that I'm very excited about. It's called an Aeropress. So it's a different way of brewing coffee. Most of you, I think, just have like your regular coffee pot drip coffee that you guys do at home, but there's different ways of actually brewing coffee. Now you can do it. I also do French press, so that's the big thing for me. I love the French press. They have a mocha pot. I'm not too familiar with a mocha pot, but it's something I'd be interested in trying.
I need to get a picture of what a mocha pot is. What is a mocha pot?
I'll send it to you.
I'll put that on here as like a link so everybody kind of knows what it's
Sure.
mocha pot is.
Yeah.
And then anything like a French press or Aeropress or whatever, if nobody knows what that is, I'll put like some kind of just general image or something to
Sure.
show everybody.
So, like, I know with the Aeropress, I wasn't too familiar with it. So I did a little bit of research, found it on Amazon. They're affordable. They're like $30. But they're super convenient for travel. So I do a lot of camping in the
okay.
And you don't always have access to, a coffee pot or boiling water. So you can actually make cold brew through an Aeropress using cold water. You actually are pushing the air and the water through the coffee grinds and making cold brew. So we got everything pretty much set up in the kitchen. So we're going to go over that. We're also going to teach you how to grind coffee. That's a huge thing with coffee. I like to do more of an espresso type coffee. So I have almost like a powdery grind. For your most drip coffee, you're going to do more of like a medium grind. So we're going to kind of show you how to do that and then taste it. So
sweet.
So I'm going to move to my kitchen.
No, I'm actually quite learning I am learning here.
This might be a good thing for when you go hunting and you need like a coffee or something like that.
Well, and we're going on the Colorado thing back last summer. We actually had that old school pot and water and all that stuff. So when he was talking about not having the pans and stuff, like my family member had this big freaking compartment, just like open it up. It's like, oh yeah, we got coffee tomorrow. But
yeah, you gotta have coffee. I'm telling you that's the best part of camping. Waking up, having a nice hot cup of coffee, and enjoying your day. Now, I've done the percolator at camp. Not a huge fan. Takes forever. You got to wait for the campfire to heat up enough, or the gas stove, and it just takes forever. So I'm not a huge fan of the percolator. Percolate.
I know it's time for the percolate. I keep thinking that's
right. All right. Any questions before we get started?
I have that same grinder.
Mr. Coffee?
Yes, I have that same exact grinder.
It's convenient. All right. So what I'm going to do, we do all kinds of grinding here. I also have, let's see if I can turn this around. Have my Keurig ready, That's the easiest thing. You just throw in a pod. So for the Keurig, I like to do various different kinds of coffee. And I know Chad and Laarni, we've all kind of shared our different coffees from our regions. And I hate just having one coffee all the time. So for me, I do a reusable K-cup.
Yay, save the environment. Yay.
So you grind your coffee, fill it in, put it in, and then you can try all different varieties of coffee and not just have your standard plastic cups. So I think I have not ventured into what you guys are highly discussing last week. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do this today.
Oh my God. Well, Chad kind of hopped off the screen, but oh my God, you haven't, I have no more habit coffee. No more.
So
And I was
you
going
guys
to order more, but I'm like, I'm here. I need to figure out something else. So I have like a whole bunch of different coffee places that people have like sent to me and like, hey guys, you gotta try this, So I have a whole list.
they seal this really good.
I can't wait for you to open it and smell it.
Well, that's the problem I'm having. I can't even open it. Let's see. Oh, that smells good.
Oh yeah, no. Johnny,
Yeah.
I don't. Okay.
That's
Smell that again because I can't even say nothing on that one.
Yeah.
Whew.
That's such that smell from that bag.
I feel more awakened now smelling it than I did. I'm like, all right, I'm good. I got my caffeine.
See you later. Bye. Thanks.
We're done.
It's you can't even explain that smell over the video.
No, you can't. No. I listened to your podcast about them, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited for this one.
Yeah.
All right, so real quick.
How about we just train the smile first, because that's what's going to be when you touch that cup.
Stretch out the cheeks. So very quickly, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but you have a max fill line on your grinder. You don't want it too full. And then you can change your level of grind, whether you want a medium, fine, or coarse grind. So we're going to do a medium, and it tells you roughly how many cups. So we're going to say like 4 cups.
So is there a Chad level on that thing where it's like you got max and then you got a little more of gusto?
The easiest thing for you, Chad, just put it in and push a button. Like don't touch buttons. All right, it's gonna get loud for a sec, so I'm just gonna mute this because I don't think you want to hear it.
Oh, I love that little grinder. I used to have a bigger grinder.
That is the quietest grinder I've ever heard.
There you go. So now it's ground.
Look at that.
Hey, you should promote how quiet that grinder is.
It's like magic.
It's just like silence. So I'm gonna do a little experiment here and kind of show you what this is gonna look like. Grinds flying everywhere. So when you take these grinds out, it's gonna be coarse. It's gonna look like, I kind of compare to sand. When I was talking about this to someone last night, I was like, you've been to the Florida beaches. They're nice, white. The sand is like super, super fine. Then you've been to the New England beaches and the sand's a lot, coarse, almost like rocks and this and that. That's basically defining like an espresso grind versus a coffee grind.
Oh. Okay.
So I've already ground some espresso grinds. I'm just going to show you the difference between the two. Let's turn this around. All right, so this is what I just ground. You can kind of see there's chunks.
Okay.
Oh, that's heaven.
Whereas espresso, it's almost a powder. So see how thin that is compared to how coarse that is.
I see. Okay.
So that's going to give you the difference between how much water is going to flow through that more easily. So for instance, the French press, I typically do a medium grind. For my espresso through the Aeropress, I'm going to do the espresso fine grind. That way you're getting more caffeine pushing the water through.
Okay.
More, he got me at the more caffeine part.
More caffeine, you got to love it. So for those that don't know, this is a French press. It is a glass container, got a little screen. You kind of plug it in, and you're going to end up pushing the water or the coffee down through the water. To get started, we've already boiled our water, but I'm going to go in here, and I typically do about 4 scoops of grinds. So I'm going to take that, just dump it in. Now, timing is a huge thing when it comes to the French press. A lot of times people just set it, leave it, walk away, come back later. The problem being, the longer the coffee sits in there, the more it's going to become bitter. Your coffee is typically going to be a more bitter coffee in a French press than it is in, say, the Aeropress. So get your coffee grinds in. I'm going to just shake it, kind of flatten it out a little bit.
So Johnny, in the French press, that's the coarser grind?
This is going to be the coarse grind.
Okay.
So when I first put it in, I'm going to do about halfway. And then I'm going to stir it up a little bit, because what you want to do is kind of get those grinds mixed in that water really well. And I'm not sure if you can kind of see, but you'll see a froth at the top of that coffee. So shake it, stir it a little bit, and then you're going to fill it up the rest of the way. And I'm lazy and I like to use her, so I'm going to say, Alexa, set a timer for 4.5 minutes.
For how long?
Oh my God, it turned on my Alexa.
Starting now.
Alexa, stop. It heard your voice and said, for how long? Creepy.
Well, when you said stop, mine started spinning like no, don't stop, don't stop. So what I'll do is coffee's in here, and you can kind of see it all mostly sitting on the top.
Okay.
I'm going to take the screen and just push it down just so it's under the level of water, and then close it. Then that's all you got to do. So it's going to sit there for a couple minutes, 4.5 to be exact, and then that's it. But while we're doing that, I'll go ahead and start getting our Aeropress ready. Now the Aeropress is my new favorite. I love this thing. All right,
so can you get a commercial grade Aeropress for all your commercial side projects you got going here that we can't discuss on the show?
I don't know. It's worth looking into. Basically, the Aeropress is a baby version of an espresso machine.
Oh, okay.
So instead of spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on a high quality espresso machine, you can spend $30 and make a shot of espresso at home.
All right.
So I'm a latte person, so I love espresso. At home, I typically will deal with your French press or K-cup coffee because I don't have an espresso machine. Not yet. I'm working on that. But for me, this is a nice little way when I'm camping. I'm like, oh, I've got my little shots of espresso. Add your milk or whatever, and you're good to go. The good thing about it is it's so convenient to travel. Whereas you can buy a small espresso machine for your kitchen counter. You can't really take it anywhere with you. So this is going to be a more convenient portable option. So
I'm like so excited to see when it comes out.
Oh yeah,
So
no, I'm like I don't pay attention in class much, but I'm paying attention to this.
you're like, focus, Chad, focus.
Oh no, you got my focus.
So this is going to be your little travel bag that everything comes in. Some of the stuff I use, some I don't actually use. So they come with all these little pieces. This is going to be a funnel. That way you take your grinds and you're throwing it in without spilling it everywhere. But
that's nice. That's actually really nice.
This is your Aeropress.
Oh, okay.
Basically, you stick that in there. You're going to have a filter. So they send you 300 filters, okay? And you're going to put it in the bottom of this, I guess, screen. And that's what's going to screw in here. And we're going to get to that when we do our copy. So I typically do it straight into a cup, which we'll pick that one. Random cup. So for the espresso grinds, I'm just going to do one big heaping scoop. But again, I don't use the funnel. I just kind of go straight in. Same thing, you're going to shake it, make sure it's pretty flat. My coffee cup is roughly the same size of that, so that's why I just kind of stick it on there. But you're going to fill it up with water. So I'm going to say I want a level 3. The less water you put, the stronger it's going to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of stir these grinds, because remember, they're super fine grinds. It is going to give you a little resistance when you're pushing the air through, because the grind is so fine. But you're going to put that in, and you're just going to let it kind of sit there, and you pull it back up to lock in the air. That way it's not dripping out the bottom. Same thing. Alexa, set a timer for 2.5 minutes.
Second timer, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, starting now.
So same thing. You want that water to soak into the grind a little bit, because if you just push it right through, it's going to taste good, but at the same time, it's not extracting all the caffeine that you really want in an espresso shot. So you see, nothing's dripping. Alexa, stop. So while that one sits for a couple minutes, we're now going to finish with this one. So all you do is you're going to push down and you're removing the grinds out of the water. So they're all sitting now down here. So when you pour a nice cup of coffee, you don't take anything out yet, but you're just going to pour.
Look at that.
A nice cup of coffee.
Nice cup of coffee.
So this is the way Chad drinks it, which is just, black.
Okay, guys. I've been dropped when I was born. I do not have Lux in my place right now. And what else is there? Oh, yeah, I like my coffee black.
Ooh, that looks amazing.
So you get a little bit of like caramel gold on top. So now it's ready to be drunk. So whether you're a black coffee drinker or whatnot, now's your time to drink it. Add your sweeteners, your dairy, all that good stuff. The problem people have, I only used half of this.
Right.
I should go ahead and, put this in something else, because the coffee grinds are still sitting in here. So guess what? That water is still soaking in those grinds. This is where a lot of people get confused, and the coffee then becomes bitter. So it's the longer it soaks in. So I would just, stick it in another coffee cup or a pitcher. That way you could still have the coffee later. And then, for instance, we're done. Cleanup is super simple. Just take that out. All your grinds are in the bottom. You can either dump them in the trash. I typically just dump mine down my garbage disposal. And then rinse and wash out your French press, and it's easy cleanup. And then you've got this cup of coffee.
Oh, that's some gusto. That's good coffee, ain't it?
Oh, it's good.
Is that the habit?
Yeah.
I gotta add sugar and cream to mine. Alexa, stop. All right. So now the second one.
This is the one I'm really, really excited about, this Aeropress one.
So the coffee's still here. All you're doing is pushing it through. It's gonna give you. Say what?
Is that hard to push down?
A little bit, just because the grinds are so fine and you're pushing air through. So turn it a little bit.
I was gonna say Laarni and I will probably end up buying a second one, because we'll, all the iron that we're pumping, it's just gonna push right through the bottom.
So like, you see, it's completely empty. All I did was push air through, right? I never made it all the way down.
Oh, you didn't?
You don't have to make it all the way down. All you're doing is pushing that vacuumed air through all the coffee. Which now I'm gonna slide that over. You saw the other one had that like caramel gold to it.
Yeah.
This one is going to be a nice, rich color.
Huh.
And the reason being is this is going to be more of an espresso. So before I actually try that, again, sorry, Chad, sorry. A little bit of that, a little bit of that.
I mean, yeah, when you drink both of them, it's almost like that girl from Popeye's Chicken where it's like, that's some good coffee, baby.
Just a little color, you know. Plus, I like the cream because it cools it down a little bit, so I'm not burning the crap out of my mouth.
All right, so for all of us people that can handle dairy that choose not to, what kind of cream are you using?
That can or cannot do dairy.
Well, I can, but I prefer not to because I have a slight tolerance.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that is okay. Habit coffee. We're on a different subject here, and you just added it in there. I don't know how many praises we can do that for this one, Laarni.
I know, right?
I didn't get to partake on this last one, so this is my intro to Habit, and it's good.
It's very good coffee.
Yeah. So very quickly, I want to show you one more time. I added a little cream. You see how light that is? How dark that is. Same amount of cream in both. But because this is going to be your espresso, it's going to be a lot darker. So I personally, I like the caffeine. This is basically 1 or 2 shots of espresso. You can do this process again quickly. Again, it takes 2 minutes for each shot. After that shot, easy cleanup. So that's another thing I kind of want to show you guys real quick. Let's move my soap. So for the French press, I typically go through, I rinse this out really well, and get rid of my coffee grinds. Or I'll go ahead and actually, wash soap and all that good stuff after, but not right now. For the Aeropress, all you do is take it out. Again, you can hear that vacuumed air getting like sucked through. But the problem is when I did that, you can see where all those grinds kind of like slid up. Take off the filter, and then you got what we call like an espresso cake.
Oh.
So that is all your fine coffee grinds. It becomes like a little patty. But same thing, just rinse these out really well. You could do soap and water. You don't have to. It's just a very quick cleanup. I typically will do that and let it all dry.
Wow. That is just so like simple. And as much as I thought it's going to be way more complicated. Like especially with the French press and stuff. Like I thought that was going to be way more complicated. Like I was going to have to do some like finagling with the little plungy thingy or something.
And it makes it convenient because a lot of people in the morning, they wake up, they want to go, they're like, hey, I just want my coffee and go. If you have 5 minutes, you can get everything done, either version within 5 minutes. If you like a more bitter coffee, the French press is going to be the way to go. The Aeropress is going to cut down a lot of the bitterness. I'm not a huge bitter person. That's why I kind of add the sugar and stuff in. But even the shot of espresso, I probably could have just gotten away with just the cream and not necessarily adding the sugar as well. So it's a different option, but it's also convenient and quick. I know Chad likes to just plug his coffee pot in, hit go, jump in the shower, do whatever, and then come back and it's all ready for him. This, you actually have to work a little bit, but it's super quick.
Wow.
No, it's get my pre-workout ready, get my shaker ready, get all the concoction in the mixer grinder, and then I turn around. Once that's done, then I turn around and I see the coffee's ready, and then it's off to the gym.
And then you're good.
Well, thank you, Johnny, for this educational brewing with the grinding, with the Aeropress, with the French press. I learned a lot. Chad, did you learn a lot today?
I actually kept quiet and paid attention.
I totally learned a lot today.
No, it's go ahead.
I was gonna say it's not as complicated as people think. They get intimidated by things they don't know. So when they hear, oh, there's a French press, I don't know how to do it. There's an Aeropress, the mocha pot. It's because you don't know about it. Everyone seems it's extremely daunting, and they're like, I know how to just brew coffee. That's it. But honestly, it's as time evolves, you're going to see different forms of brewing coffee that are going to come out, and this is the super convenient way of getting a good quality coffee.
That's awesome. I'm so glad you jumped on today because I got a message from somebody who wants to come on to our show who's never really had coffee before. And she sent me a message and was like, Laarni, I want to get on your show because I've never really had coffee before and I don't know what to do with coffee. And, and I said, I would love to have you on as a guest and we can talk coffee about, I'm thinking about sending her just a little, medium to light roast to get her kind of toes wet or whatever. So I can't wait to have her on because it's going to be really cool. But Johnny, thank you so much for that educational tutorial. And I didn't realize how quick and easy cleanup it was.
Yeah. Just granted, some people actually sit there and scrub it all. I'm like, it's just
water dry.
But see, it's not going to turn black like Chad's coffee pot. So it's there's a difference. Once it gets, it's all right, time to scrub.
Oh yeah. I had to scrub that baby last night. So,
does your coffee taste any better today?
Yeah, actually, if I would have, I'm past 1 cup already. So, see, I'm kind of like a closet coffee drinker. While you guys are talking, I'm just sipping over here, and then all of a sudden it's oh, I'm out of coffee. So I have to screenshot the screen and go grab more. And now I got my 20. Let's turn it this way with the camera.
The Bubba.
24 ounces of fun sitting here getting ready to go.
You know those stickers are supposed to come off, right?
The what?
The stickers.
The sticker on the cup is supposed to come off.
Yeah, they.
In the dishwasher. You eventually let them come off in the dishwasher. That's what I do sometimes, and I find it on the bottom of my dishwasher. I'm like, oh, $7.99. I wonder what this came off of.
Well, and I'm gonna admit it. I'm in an old school apartment, which means there's no dishwasher. So that dishwasher is 5'9", 165 pounds.
Free labor.
I got to earn my way for that rent.
All right. Well, I know, I think, Johnny, you got to hop off here in a few minutes, but I just really wanted to say thank you for hopping on today and just giving us a great tutorial on the French press and the Aeropress and even grinding. So if anyone has any questions about what Johnny used, we'll put some links on the description for this episode, just so you guys can see what it is and try it for yourself. It'd be nice for people to try other different ways. That doesn't sound right, but my sentences are getting a little blah blah blah. But thank you again, Johnny. Thank you for the coffee that you used. It's really mine and Chad's favorite coffee right now. And I'll put that link for that coffee underneath the description as well. And I don't know, Chad, you got anything else?
Yeah, I was gonna say before we go, since it's been a little bit since we've seen the bag of that coffee, and yes, you are out of the kitchen, so I'm gonna make you get back up, go grab the bag.
So while Johnny is walking away to grab that wonderful bag of coffee, I wanted to promote Chad's shirt.
Oh, free plug.
Chad's shirt. It's very soft And it has a cuff sleeve, which is, Johnny and I were talking about the cuff sleeves on a long sleeve tee and how amazing it is to just go like this and it doesn't fall down. So if you guys are looking for any of Chad's gear, I will also put his shop on the YouTube description. So you guys can grab your skull wings tee, long sleeves tee. I'm a big fan of long sleeve tees. So this is what I was wearing today. And if you guys go to the Strong and Mighty shop, which is where my stuff is, you get 50% off right now. It's Strong 50 if you plug that into the checkout, and still portions of the gear being sold will be donated to Full Color Movement International still. So that's still going on for me until I transition to another charity that I really want to look into. But yeah.
So we got new swag coming from her end. And then, like I said, the reason why I just crawled out of bed about 10 minutes before this, we got some new swag coming from my end here that we were getting taken care of here. So yours is strongandmighty.com, right?
LaarniMulvey.com.
Oh, that's where her swag's at. My swag is at the Chad M. Smith /shop. It used to be Etsy, but we're going to convert everything over, and all the new stuff's going to be on there. And I could put that shirt back on since it's a big hit, and it's quite comfy actually. And Johnny's going to smile because we got the new CH logo coming out. I know you were making coffee while we were talking about this, but the new CH is just going to be kind of like a little brand where it's just more of a stamp on the side. So we're getting all the new stuff ready to go here. So yeah, it's long nights.
Oh, well, Johnny was going to flash the coffee that he used.
No, I think he's flashing something else.
But he walked away.
Where did you go?
Where'd you go? But again,
damn it, can someone put his shot collar on and just hit the button?
I know.
For you.
Nice.
So since he's not, there we go. So that CHL, and I can't really, I'm just doing the mouse on my end of it.
Mm-hmm.
That since, Laarni and I were talking about this, I had a different logo I liked. And the difference between I liked and what y'all liked is your customer. So marketing 101, do what your customer wants.
Exactly. So Johnny, what was the coffee that you used again today? This Habit coffee.
So I used Habit's medium roast coffee. Where are they from? Habit Coffee Company?
Missouri.
Oh, hold up. Did you happen to read the label on this thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
Let me read a little something to you. Recommended brewing methods: French press, Aeropress, all pour over, the V60 and the Chemex. So it is made for the French press. It is made for the
Aeropress. Boom, boom, boom.
It's gonna be your coffee. Again, this is the first time I've actually tried it. I loved listening to your podcast about it, so I was looking forward to it. Again, we're not sponsored by anybody. We're just trying different places. And that's one thing I really enjoy about listening to your podcast is the fact that you guys are giving more visibility to smaller shops, places that I would never typically think of. Like for instance, you sent us a picture last night, which by the way is not in our stores down here. So I looked, I was like, oh, but
there's so much. Chad and I talked about this, like for future episodes, like we want to get a coffee from every state at least to get like a 50 states kind of coffee. And if anybody is looking to send us recommendations for what, local coffee shops, we want to support the small businesses out there and get more word to help these small businesses. So email us at java2021@gmail.com, and it's Java with AHHH2021@gmail.com. Send us some coffee. We would love to review and taste it and get it on our show so we can support you guys and all these small businesses out there. But that's kind of where we're at right now. I mean, I'm totally enjoying all these different coffees, and I will be, if anybody wants to be a guest on the show, send us a message. We would love to have you on the show, talk coffee. And if you've never had like coffee before, or you're like trying to dabble into something that you'd like, because there's so many varieties, let us know, and we will cater our show to something that maybe you would like, because we're all trying them too. So it'll be
Or
great.
we can go goofy on this side and say, if any of you guests want to come on, throw Chad under the bus, come join the show, have some coffee, have some laughs. It's a fun atmosphere, guys.
Yeah. And so in the next few episodes, we're actually going to have Chad showing a new place that he is going to. There's so much stuff going on in this show. It's really evolving. And I wanted to thank people who are watching, keeping us alive and keeping us entertained for our coffee purposes. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. We're going to hop off here, and my Hello Kitty is a little cold right now, so I need to give her a little top off. So cheers. Did we say cheers with coffee?
Cheers. Ta-ta.
Cling clang. So
Clinky. All right.
So on behalf of Chad and I and our special guest Johnny, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.